to name your children after something very random or something spontaneous, just based on a whim. Now, I know this guy named Shambal. They named him Shambal because they wanted someone brave, someone who could take care of their family. It literally translates to a commander. And it turns out, it usually turns out that way. This name tends to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I have another aunt called Bertukan. I don't know why they named that like that. It just means an orange. I don't know. I don't know how they came up with that. The day I was born, my family hadn't picked a name yet. And it's usually considered that it's a blessing to name your child on the same day. So when our landlord visited, she kept asking for a name, but they hadn't picked one yet. So she asked the most incapable person there to give me a name. She asked my younger brother, give him a name. He was my older brother. He was 4 at that time. And he named me Manandaras. It means one in a kind, more like 1 in a million. And my landlord thought, this kid can come up with something original. The saints must have spoken through him, so this name must stick. It would bring blessing and fortune to his life. So they named him Manandaras. It turns out he met a kid that day, a random kid on the street, and his name was Manandaras. And they named him after him. But it was too late to change it. And then, by the way, my father loved that name. Every time he went to pick me up from school, he would yell out, Manandaras, and I would run towards him from across the field. And he always stood proud. I didn't understand why. I don't know if it's because, yeah, that is my son, he's one in a kind, or if it's, yeah, I'm the guy bold enough to name him one in a kind. But either way, he loved that name. I love that name too. We all were told that we were special, we were capable when we grew up, but when they name you, when they tell you that you're one in a kind, 1 in a million, that childhood innocence will get adulterated. You feel confident, you feel a bit spoiled. Yeah. And I remember this time, when I came back from school, all our neighbors were gathered at our place. And I walked in, I entered the room, my father was there, he called out, Manandaras. I was all giddy, and I ran towards him. And as I listened to the conversation, it turns out they were trying to counsel this couple going through a tough time. They were pleading with them, they were trying to tell them to make compromises and to try start over again. But yeah, the couple weren't having it. And it was obvious, they were there just to be polite. They were willing to work through it. So no one was bold enough to say it, but yeah, I was Manandaras, I could say it. So I told them, guys, let's just leave them alone, they're not interested. And they all gave me looks. Who is this kid? They gave my father looks. Who is this kid? But at the end, my father didn't care. He always wanted me to be bold. He always wanted me to speak my mind. And I didn't care at that point either. I was Manandaras. 1 in a million. But my mother always had hesitations about that name. Now that aunt of mine, Bertukan, the one they named Orange, she became a medical doctor. And now Dr. Orange doesn't sound right, so she had to change her name. So when I turned 9, we moved to a new house, to a new environment, and they thought it would be a good time to give me a new name. This time they thought about it properly. They didn't ask my brother, and they named me Thomas. Now, everything changed since then. I became more quiet and reserved, and I don't know if it's because of the name or because of the environment, but it all changed. And I sometimes wonder if that landlord of ours had a point. Maybe the saints gave me that name, and when I changed my name, I lost part of myself with it. And that process of self-discovery led me to Toastmasters. I came here to reclaim that lost version of myself. I wanted to be fearless and bold, And I hope I can find him here. After all, the bold and fearless are here at Toastmasters.
Yeah.
Thank you.